Hello friends, we are here to learn about the chapter number 2 Federalism, class 10, Civics part, second lesson. We are trying here to learn about the features of federalism, coming together and holding together federations, some of the differences and their definitions, the meaning. Let us introduce ourselves with the chapter Federalism. Here, let us learn about the meaning. Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country. Yeah, friends, there will be two levels, at least two levels of governance in a country. Only in that case, the country is called as a federal country, and the power is divided between the central government and the state governments. Here, state governments are called as constituent units. Okay. Then we have two types of systems. One is a unitary form of governance. The other one, what we are learning here in this chapter, federal form of government. Let us understand the differences between these two types of governments. In unitary government, there will be only government at the national level. At state level, there will be no governments, independent governments will not be there. And at federal governments, in federalism, at least two levels of governments will be there. Here in unitary form of governance, central government can pass orders to sub-units since they are working under central government. But in federal system, central government cannot pass any order to sub-units since they are independent from them. In unitary form of governance, state governments are not answerable to the people because they are not elected by the people. They are not elected by. But here in federal system, both central and state governments are elected by the people in general elections. That's why they are equally answerable and equally responsible to the people. And let us know here some of the features of federalism. As I earlier said, at least two levels of governance should be there. And in some countries like India, there are three levels of governments. One is central government, state government, and the next one is local governments. And different tiers of governments have to governments at the same citizens. Different tiers of governments are elected by same citizens. They will govern the same citizens. And jurisdiction of government at each level are very much specific. And existence and authority of each government is constitutionally guaranteed. All these specifications they are guaranteed by constitution. At the time of implementation of constitution, it is included there by the framers, and fundamental provisions of the constitution cannot be changed unilaterally by one level of the government. That is, central government cannot show any dominance over state governments in making changes in the constitution. Courts have the power to interpret the constitution, only courts, because law experts will be there, judges are appointed, not elected. Courts also have the power to interpret the nature of working of governments, whether in making the law or in executing the laws or in any other manner. Courts can interfere into the working of governments. Success of sources of revenue for each level of the government are clearly specified to ensure its financial autonomy. For example, road tax. Road transportation is in the hand of state governments. Okay, railways, civil aviation, and other things are in the hands of central government. Whatever earning is there from respective transportation system will go to respective state governments. That's why sources of revenue for each level is clearly specified. The federal system thus has dual objectives. There are two objectives. First one is to safeguard and promote unity of the country, and the second one to accommodate regional diversity. And there are two crucial aspects. Governments at a different level should agree to some rules of power sharing. There are some rules which both the governments at both the levels should agree to it. They should also trust that each would abide by its part of the agreement. Whatever agreement is made through the constitution, they will be abide by them. An ideal federal system has both the aspects, mutual trust and agreement to the living together. And then we need to understand the balance of power between the central and state governments. In these two kinds of federations we can find. One is coming together, the other one is holding together. In coming together, independent states are coming together on their own to form a larger unit. But in holding together, we find a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the national government. In coming together, they pool their sovereignty by keeping their identity to increase their security. In holding together, national governments tend to be more powerful. And in coming together, all the constituent states are usually have equal power and are strong vis-a-vis the federal government. In holding together, very often different constituent units of the federation have unequal powers. For example, in unitary governments, in coming together federations, we have USA, Switzerland, and Australia. Some units have granted special powers. In holding together, we have some units. Some states are guaranteed with special powers. For example, in India, Belgium, and Spain. This is all about today. Thank you very much.